Hello! Sorry for the 20-minute intro, but Jamal was trying to choose a feat. Today I have playing with me, Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I'm playing Arya, the half-elf rogue.
I have Michaela.
Hello, I'm Michaela, and I am playing Twiggy, the halfling monk. Mercy.
I have Alora.
I'm Alora. I'm playing Natani, the human fighter.
I have Jamal.
Hi guys, Jamal here, playing Emil, the group's half-elf celestial warlock.
And I have Josh.
I'm Josh, and I will be playing Patrick, the forest gnome wildfire druid.
Prior to session, our group leveled up. Not because they'd done anything of any note whatsoever, but because they asked nicely, and I was feeling
just
generous.
A necromancer and his two undead panthers.
Yeah, we did that.
Stuff.
Your
I
dragons
got
killed
downed
them.
in a single shot.
Your dragons
Yes,
killed them. Yeah. Most of you just lay on the floor and watched it happen. But they leveled up because they asked nicely. Other than that, in last session, we reached a dead end. That was the most important thing, and we backtracked. And in the process of backtracking, you indeed fought two panthers that had been raised magically or conjured magically, and then you also fought their leader or their summoner, an undead skeleton. This skeleton that you killed, you found that he had broken out of a grave of some sort. You found the grave, and it was assumed that it was disturbed by some sort of wildlife, etc. I have now brought you to the map, and I can tell you that you went down here, and you shouldn't have done. And
We got
so
stuck.
you have backtracked, and you are... Get out of here. And now you are making your way here, just into this wide out area. Over the next few days, we are going to move a little more quickly. On the first day, Tats will once again pair up with Natani, and will be far less annoying. Doesn't really talk much about tomorrow or anything else like that. You can see he's sort of a bit more relaxed, a bit more calm about everything. And instead asks you a little bit about sort of what it was like growing up for you, and sort of what life was like back at home. And then sort of spend some time asking about what you want life to be like when you get to the fabled Kelsingra. Emil, that's your name.
Yes.
You spend most of the day getting troubled by Alum, who is his father used to dive into Treehawk, and used to excavate tunnels and dig out riches and unusual elderling items. Because of this, he's very interested in what might be in Kelsingra, what sort of elderling artifacts you might find. And he spends most of the day theoreticizing about ridiculous magical items that can't possibly exist, and the idea that elderling clothing might be discovered, which is said to expand or retract to the correct size, and look almost like you're covered in dragon scales. And all sorts of other exciting things. He tells you that his great-grandma once excavated a teapot that could heat itself when placed upon a particular rune on the table.
Is he lying about that, or is he genuinely
No,
telling
he's
the
genuinely
truth?
telling you that that is an elderling artifact that his great-grandmother, excavated.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So he's very excited by the idea of elderling magic at the end of the journey. Sylve, however, spends the entire day bending your ear, Arya. And what she wants to talk about is that bitch, Jerd.
Me too.
Wow.
Except she doesn't think she's a bitch. Sylve sort of sits there and looks at you. So, what do you think's wrong with her?
Like, in terms of personality, or...
No, why do you think she's so upset? All the time.
I mean, I'm not really one to know much, but... It could be the way people talk about her, she overhears.
It's true. People used to talk about me back at home, behind my back, and That was hurtful, but people don't mean to be hurtful to her here, you don't think, do they?
I don't think so. I think people talk and they don't really care about the consequences of the words sometimes. Words can carry a lot of weight and people take it for granted.
We should be careful what we say about her then. I want her to be happy.
Yeah. Do you want to talk with her once we get a good chance to break?
She scares me. But maybe together.
Together.
I'm just picturing this moment where Arya and Sylv corner Jen, like, what's wrong with you? Why are you always unhappy?
Smile, Dad.
Yes, get happy, goddammit. Patrick and Twiggy, what on earth's going on in your boat?
Yeah, sorry, just to clarify, this is still all the same day as the fight, right? We've not long rested since then.
Not yet, no.
No, it's been a
Okay.
couple days, or am I crazy?
No. I said I'm going to go over the next few days quickly.
Oh, okay. I see.
So at the moment, you've got in your boats post-fight, having backtracked. It's early evening, but you need to get somewhere dry to rest.
Ugh.
Yes.
Apparently, Carson and Carson and Davy have found shelter for you a little further up the river.
Great. I'm trying to get there. I think I'm asking if Patrick can steer right now, because Twiggy's a little bit beat up from that fight. Or rather,
yeah.
row, I mean.
That's fine. I can row
Solo
myself.
rowing. What's
I
your strength?
actually a 10, a
Okay.
modest 10.
Okay.
Same. We're both...
Yes, but it counts as a 6 for the purpose of rowing because of your size. So that's a little tough.
Well, yes.
Yes. Can I have your athletics check, please?
Oh,
It's just that everybody else is pulling the oars like 7 feet, and you're pulling them like 2.5.
It's fair. Our arms are short.
That's a 12.
That's good. You are going forward. That's
Right,
good.
then in that case, I will just say to Twiggy, if you want, you can rest and take a nap in my pocket. All you have to do is say yes.
Okay. Yes.
I will.
I don't
like,
question this.
Yeah. I will like raise my hands towards Twiggy, and they will like engulf in those classic flames. And then these flames kind of start like dancing around Twiggy's body as I cast Enlarge Reduce, making
Aw.
her from small to tiny. And then I will pick her up and put her in my pocket.
Can I even?
Yes, maybe this is Patrick's evil streak. Be gone! Whoops.
Oh my.
Throws away. No, I mean it's only for a minute.
I think it
so-
lasts for just a
It's
minute.
not even
Yeah.
that. It's also the bit that it
He's
says
freaking out.
size is halved in dimension. I like the way that you think that
It
Twiggy
just
is
says-
twice the size of your pocket.
Well, your cheek becomes tiny.
Yeah, but it
It's
also
like-
says
yeah.
size is halved.
Yeah, but it just says that you go from one size category to
No,
another.
and it also says your size is halved.
Sure, but then it says the reduction decrease its size by one category from medium to small, for example. So
Okay.
she would go from small to tiny.
Right,
I
but
am
that's
tiny.
still not pocket size. Also, does anyone know what happened to the display and VTT button? Because mine has vanished.
Is your D&D
There you go.
Beyond not active?
Well, I thought it was.
I see it here.
It says, we are not on a D&D Beyond
I displayed
page.
it.
We fucking are.
Oh,
Yeah, mine works.
I
Okay.
displayed it.
Yeah, so the target is halved.
mhm.
Target size is halved in all dimensions. That's the important sentence.
Got a big pocket.
Yeah, why not?
it's like one of those, you know,
It's
those
just
hoodies,
for a
the
minute.
big front
Cool.
pocket.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that you're aware that in future you cannot potentially make Twiggy smaller and then hurl her across the room.
No, that was a joke, obviously.
No, I'm just
But
making
I
sure.
could.
Yes.
Yes. You
Exactly.
couldn't
I
cast
am
reduce,
getting-
but you
We
could
can-
hurl
we
her
can-
across the
We can
room.
team up against
You
Twig.
can already do that.
Well, yes, but this is taking it to a new level.
Well, anyways, for the
okay.
next minute, she's
I
tiny.
curl up. I don't know. It lasts a minute, so I said, "Wow, it's cozy in here." This is her tiny
Yes. I'll just row
Thanks, Patrick.
my boat.
voice. And yeah, curl up
Gently down the stream.
and get very
Yeah.
comfortable. And then 1 minute later, I
It just
grow
burst
back.
out of my pocket. Yeah.
like a chest burster.
As you burst out of the oversized pocket,
Well, I think it just rips at the seams, and she
Oh.
just like.
Case and
flops
Boxer
onto-
are literally just
shit.
they're not rowing at all. Their boat just drifts past you with both of them just like jaws the floor, just completely beflummoxed.
They passed us without rowing. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, well, they were going, but then as you
Yeah.
as you went from tiny to not tiny, they just sort of like, oh my god, that's a thing.
Yeah. And as Twiggy kind of flops back onto her seat, I'll just say, did that help?
It was definitely a cozy 1 minute.
Okay.
So I feel like I got my second wind. I can help you row. Let's do this.
You could,
I
by
wanna
this
pass
point,
those
by the way,
guys.
have all taken a short rest.
Okay, yeah, I want to pass those guys.
I will short rest.
Short rest.
Emil, I guess.
Don't mind if I do.
Let's do that. Yeah, and as the evening approaches, you'll all see a sort of little nook area where there is a little bit of a bay, I guess is the right phrase. And you pull on
Bay?
in. Yeah, sort of like at the edge of the river, there's this sort of long sandy bit.
Ooh, a little beach.
Yeah, a bit like a little beach, exactly. And
That sounds cute.
it is cute, and it doesn't look like that.
No, this is not what I was promised.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's just this
There
little
it is.
sandy patch here.
Oh, this is idyllic.
Yeah, it's nice, that's for sure. And as you are in camp, Arya, you and Sylv go to have a word with Judd, but she's nowhere to be found.
Huh. Who is she with?
She was with Greft.
Okay.
He's had her in his boat the last couple of days.
Gotcha. Do we see Greft anywhere?
Yeah. He has. He's just gone down to the boat to help bring back some of the casks of stored food, as there wasn't as much opportunity to hunt today due to the getting stuck on the river. The dragons
Okay.
are mostly eaten by this point. Food that Carson and Davy have put aside, and now Jess's food is what's feeding you guys.
Gotcha.
It is assuming that you have already cooked with Silver now, or helped finish cooking, because Carson and Davy would have done most of it. So after the food, you would be able to go and have a look around and talk and whatever.
Yeah, I would approach him to ask about this.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you know where Jerd is? I can't find
Tarman.
her. Hermit. Okay. Thank you.
That's all it tells you is that she's on the Tarman. At being reft.
Alright, to the tar man.
Is the Tarman here?
Yes, this river isn't quite as shallow as it looks. Fear not. Whenever you type river into D&D Beyond, you get one of two things. You either get the Hudson at the New York, like literally 6 miles across, or you get the most pitiful stream on planet Earth. You cannot get an in between. So
Those
yes,
boulders are just very, very tall.
yeah. This is actually this is actually 30 foot deep. But no, the river is probably about 25 to 30 foot wide, and maybe 8 to 10 feet in depth right now. And this little bay just cuts out a little bit into it. The Tarman is at anchor. You just head straight up to the boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boat's at anchor. You'll notice that Elise and the captain, Leftrin, are at the front, and he seems to be he's got his hand on her left shoulder and is pointing over her shoulder at a couple of different things. What's your passive perception, Arya?
10.
10. You're a little far
Yep.
away to make out what's being said. But you do note that he's being a little intimate with her, as you had heard that she had a husband back home. I don't know how much you care, but that's what you see. Syl pays no mind.
No. Yeah.
On the
same.
side of the boat, you can see Skelly, who is talking to... what's his name? One of the twins, one of the ginger twins. I'll tell you which one in a second. Case or Boxster. It is Boxster. So Boxster's sort of sat on the shore and is fixing something, it looks, made of leather. Skelly is leant on the edge of the boat and appears to be hanging laundry out. Not just not clothing, more like bed sheets and canvases and stuff like that out over the edge of the boat. And they're having a conversation together. It's fairly obvious as you come over that this is not the first time they've had a bit of a chat. They seem on very friendly terms.
Okay. Jared's not out here.
No, you don't see her.
Okay. I guess head inside.
You head onto the boat. As you get onto the boat, Captain Leftrin calls out, "Who's coming aboard?
Arya, sir. And Sylv?
Can I get you anything, young lady?"
I'm not looking for anything in particular. Is Jared on the ship?
She is. Best you don't disturb her. I'll, do you want a cup of warm tea, the two of you?
I wouldn't mind it.
I'll go get you one of those. And you see he looks really awkward. And then sort of backs away, leaving you with Elise. She's sort of you're concerned for Jared?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Why does she say that like she's like you shouldn't be? She's like,
No,
oh,
no,
really?
she's that's good. She could use some friends right now. People haven't. She's having a hard time of it. A very hard time of it. She's with Belen at the moment. Perhaps you could speak to her in the morning. I think she'll probably stay on the boat tonight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is everything okay?
Yes, everything's fine.
It's not... This is creating distance between you and her. Oh dear, Cedric's much better at this than me. If only he wasn't ill. Jared has some secrets, and it's best she tells you herself. I don't want to share them on her behalf. But, she could really use some friends in the morning. Please don't be put off from her because I have told you not to come tonight. Oh dear,
okay.
This is mighty awkward, isn't it? If only that tea would boil. How are you enjoying your dragons? And she's sort of, you can see she's utterly distressed at this, right? And the more you see her, the more you note that while she is a bit of a noble lady, she's very well dressed. Still, she's got her little sun bonnet on. She's waving a fan away at the flies. She's not very good at it. She's not very good, she hasn't got those sort of social airs that your average noble lady has. She's frankly a bit awkward. A bit awkwardly giggly almost. She appears younger than she is. She looks nothing more than somebody who's completely out of their depth right now in terms of social situation. And as Leftrin comes back, he's carrying a tray and he offers you a cup of warm tea with lemon and honey. And the same for Sylv, who's very grateful. And Leftrin sort of looks out over the water and looks back at you all. It's not easy, is it? It's a journey. It's going to take its toll on all of us in some way or other.
Yeah, it's been a challenge. We're managing at least.
Tarman says the dragons are worried. The path isn't as it was before. The land has changed. From what I understand, Tarman's memories are from before the world changed. An ancestor or something. And dragon memories in my boat. But when the dragons worry, from what I understand, the keepers are emotionally connected to the dragons like I am to Tarman. It must be tough. Kids like you guys. Must be tough. Here, don't tell anyone. And he hands you a little tiny sort of. It looks like a biscuit. Okay, that's a terrible thing to say to an American. It looks like a. It doesn't look like a cookie.
Cookie.
No, it doesn't look like a cookie. It looks like
No,
a.
that's because we.
It looks like a custard cream. Any idea what a custard cream is?
It
Yeah.
would call that a
Great.
cookie.
A cupcake?
I knew what you meant.
No, that's not a cupcake. Oh, that's tragic.
No, it's a cookie. You guys would call it a cookie.
Oh,
Because,
boy.
James, they think cookies are all biscuits. But that's not true.
No, it's not specifically
All
true.
cookies are biscuits,
It's-
but not all biscuits
it's
are
not
cookies.
true.
Oh, you mean like a sandwich cookie?
Yes,
Just
yes.
like how thumbs are fingers,
my
but now fingers are thumbs.
Exactly. But what are toes?
Here. There's some assistance. It looks like the thing that's loading in Discord. But sandwich in between
Yum.
in between it is something you have never seen before.
See?
Yes, but it's not just any cookie. It's like it's relevant, right? And I wanted to try and explain it.
It's a
And-
specific
and what's
cookie.
important is what's sandwiched between it is a flavour you will never have tried before. Not even Aria. It is. As a player, you would know it's coffee. It's like coffee cream. But you will have
Sounds
never
really good.
tried coffee. And Leftrim will tell you that he traded for these far away in the spice aisles. And they are a little druggy. They are going to give you a little brief feeling of euphoria and warmth inside. Yeah. And he was sort of, I keep them for cold nights, but I thought tonight was a good night to open them. The stores will all run out before we get there. We'll all be relying on the land. Don't know what I'll do without tea, though. Oh, we'll manage. We can make tea of almost anything, Elise says. And, after a little while, it will become apparent to your heirs and Great Aria that when you finish your tea, it's probably about time for you and Sylv to leave. You will note that Elise and Captain Neftrin are standing quite close together on the boat. And they sort of almost banter a little bit, like a couple. And as you leave the boat, you will note that Skelly has also left the boat and is sat on the shore with Boxster. And the two of them are mending what looks to be some sort of leather harness. I'm not quite sure what it's for, but if you were back home, you would have sworn it was like for a horse, from saddle to like, the sort of harness that you have on a horse, like the bridle, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There are no horses in the Rain Wild, so you're not quite
Right,
sure what its
right.
purpose is.
Yeah. Once we've gotten like off the boat and kind of away from Elise, I'm gonna let out like a deep like sigh of relief.
Yeah. Do you not like Elise?
No.
What's she done to you?
She's a noble.
Oh, well, sure, somewhat. Cedric's a noble. Elise is a bad version of one. But yeah.
Yeah. That's why I at least talk to her.
That's fair. But yeah, you guys can take a long rest. And the following day, Natani, you get to your boat, and Tamara is in it.
Switching back, I see.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Why is everybody, like, so cagey about everything that's going on?
I had a conversation with Rapscal last night. Did you know he slept with Judd?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone but me? I see.
Why?
He tried to cuddle me.
Pardon?
We sleep next to each other. We put our bedrolls down near each other, I should say. And, he put his arm around me. I asked him what he was doing, and he said, that's what Judd liked first.
Ugh.
It was... best he goes with Tats. All men like this. Problematic.
I'm beginning to think so.
Me too. Here's to no men, ever. Shall we move? Oh, here. And she will hand you what is a bit like a water skin, but it's got a sort of like a leather bit around the center. I filled it up from the tarman. It's fresh tea. Get yourself a cup. Help yourself.
Oh, thanks.
That's quite all right. We're not talking about any men, at all. Where did you learn to fight? And she begins to, like, she's rowing, like, you guys have left everyone. Like, you are, like, 50 foot down the river. Like, she is rowing like she's trying to get to Scotland. She's just, like, off. Like, powering through.
This is a bad time for Laura to say that she was taught by her dad.
there was a moment of there was a definite hesitation there as she
No,
tried to
he's
think
an
of
okay.
what
He's
to
a
say
safe
that
ground.
wasn't-
He's a safe ground man. He's not going to hit on Tamara anytime soon.
They mostly just, I don't know, scraps. I had a instructor. He was, you know, paid to teach me, and
Oh, wow,
not much else.
that's cool. My dad taught me how to shoot, but I can't help it. That fight that you guys had. What if it was a person attacking? Not a skeleton. Like an actual person. Could you strike at them with a sword?
Yeah. I
think
mean,
that
I
makes
might
you
not
very brave.
aim to kill them, but sense.
I don't think I could kill a man or a woman. Except Rapscal. She sort of pulls the oars again. Sorry, I said I wouldn't talk about it. I don't know if I could kill a man, but they'll come, won't they? When we get to Kelsinger and it's all our land. It's our new civilization, whatever that means. The greedy men will come. My father says they always do. For riches. Good luck to them getting up the Rain Wild River, though, right?
That is true.
And she sort of doesn't say anything for a little while, and then makes small talk about, like, things you guys can see, birds you notice, the river getting wider and deeper. She doesn't engage with any conversation about Rapscal or Tats at all, at any point. If you do look back far into the distance, or if anybody else is rowing closely, you will note that Tats and Rapscal have not said a word to each other. They are sitting, like, as far to either end of the boat as possible. And they're taking it in turns rowing, while the other one sort of looks out the back, sort of to see where things are going, and says nothing about anything unless it's move left or move right.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just awkward all the way.
They should be friends. They're brothers now.
They have so much in common.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Where's my boat picture?
We're looking at it.
No. I want to. Okay, I got it.
Oh.
That's what I was looking
Ooh.
for. Yes, lots of boats moving along the river. You see these two, far away as possible? That's Tats and Rapscale. That's the hunting boat, and this one here is Tamara just down the river like
Sideways
Olympic racist, like racer even. I'm very surprised that you guys picked that one instead of the one that's going in
I
the
was
wrong
gonna say, surely you
direction.
should pick this one or
No,
That's you.
we're competent now.
No, that's the hunter's boat.
Yeah, we're all.
That is the hunter's boat. You can be any other boat, but you can't be that boat. You two are on the same boat, though, whichever boat you do choose. I should probably put us on the old 20 screen so everybody else can see what the hell we're talking about. But for Sylv and Arya, you will note that Jerd and Greft, Jerd sort of didn't see her until she was on the boat. She sort of came down from the boat, but you will get a chance to speak to her over lunch. You will note that her and Greft sit like sort of hunched in towards each other. Greft does all the rowing, but they seem to be engaged in quite a deep conversation, quite a constant conversation.
Do they look like happy, nice, friendly with each other, serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't appear unfriendly with each other. It's not a romantic conversation in any way. You can tell that straight away. It's like they're trying to solve a problem together. Or, they're really trying to work something out or solve something. He'll be in the morgue if you put any other fucking tokens on my map.
Hey,
Misbehaving
Twiggy.
things.
Yeah.
Don't you think everyone's acting really weird? Weirder than
do.
normal.
I think something's up. Something's in the air.
What could be in the air? Like a disease?
Poison.
What kind of poison?
I don't know. I need a way to identify it. Maybe. Are we like the only small people around? Maybe they're all too tall. The disease is just floating just above our heads.
That makes sense.
That's why we're still normal.
Yes, air rises, so it only makes sense.
Exactly.
I'll kind of like, as I'm rowing, I'll look to the other top. He'll be like, how sad. They'll be gone soon. And it'll just be us. Us and about 50 dragons.
Well, someone will still have to take care of them, so I guess it's up to us to wrangle all these dragons.
We could have a dragon farm.
Okay. I'm still gonna take care of Ballifer though, and make sure that he gets a girlfriend first.
Okay, what kind
Good.
of girlfriend?
Pops into your head like out of nowhere.
He wants the best and the best flyer, the coolest one, so I guess he likes the blue one, whatever.
But none of them can fly.
I think that which of the girl dragons has been doing the best?
The only dragon
Who's the baddie?
only dragon who has been trying to fly is Hebe.
Oh, Rapskull's
Hebe.
dragon.
Every night for an hour, they run and jump into the air, and she flaps like a cow. That is indeed the word I was looking for. Flaps like a cow.
Nice.
It is. If you ever
And
watched a
yet-
cow trying to learn to fly, it would look like that.
Exactly.
That being said, it's an
I was
hour
in
a
Chicken
night.
Run.
Every other
Yes,
dragon is
exactly.
disgraced at her behavior.
I was gonna say I don't think
How
Ballifer's
embarrassing.
impressed. She's
No,
She's
she's
embarrassing.
humiliation to
she's
every other dragon.
cringe.
Yeah.
She doesn't say anything either, or very little. Although it seems apparent that she can talk to Rapscal mentally.
That checks out. That's sort of how Saskatchewan is, right? Doesn't he usually?
It's only him that can't say it. It's Sestican for everybody else. It's
I
actually
forgot it
Sestican.
for a second.
To be fair, she's
Immediately
only ever
jumps
heard
to
me say it, so.
Exactly.
Sestican's spoken out loud to everybody. Almost all the dragons
Oh,
have.
okay. I thought he only spoke in my head.
No, he spoke quite clearly about what dragons should and shouldn't know in the Eldlings and stuff. If you remember.
Yeah.
Is there anyone from the party nearby in there though?
Yeah, Case and Boxer, as per usual, are fairly near you guys, waiting to see what happens.
No, as in like this party.
Yes, Alum and Emil are a little way behind you. And Sylv and Arya wouldn't be far from you either.
Okay, I'll turn to Emil, and I'll just say, "Are you feeling okay?"
Ah, you reminded me. I also turned to Emil.
Emil
You owe me a life debt.
Emil gives two puzzled looks very quickly back to back.
This is
I'm sure quite happy to respond. He just yells back, I'm okay, I guess.
I'm fine, thanks for asking, Alum says.
No, Alum, you weren't there last night.
What?
Was it last night? Whatever night it was. When we fought that thing, Emil got blasted, and I saved his life.
Oh,
that was you. Yeah, thank you.
Not to
Oh,
brag.
that was you.
Yeah.
he hasn't talked much about it. That's amazing.
It was.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
It was no big deal.
It was horrible. It hurt a lot. I absolutely do not recommend.
You took it like a champ, though.
I'm going to have to be more careful in the future. I really do appreciate it, though. Thank you.
Oh, well, you know.
Have you been breathing in anything weird?
By the way you're talking, I should ask you the same. What's going on, Patrick?
It doesn't affect me. I'm small.
Mm-hmm.
The air doesn't get to me.
Surely, considering that you're pint-sized, anything that would affect someone would affect you more. If you breathe in the same amount, there's less of you to be influenced
it's
by
above
it.
our heads.
Yeah, it rises.
Unless we start jumping for no reason, we're not going to be affected.
You do jump a lot. Adam will tell you.
That's
Twiggy.
neither here nor there.
Shit, you're
That
right.
raises a very good point here.
Not Patrick.
Twiggy looks-
Patrick's backflipping is fairly low key.
No, yeah, Twiggy looks worried and contemplative and thinks this over.
I like the way that Michaela's rolled a
honestly,
character with
what
well
is
over
going
10
on?
intelligence and then acted like she didn't.
What is going on here? What
He has
do you
minus one
think's
intelligence.
happening to people? Have you got some slightly out there theory or something? Is something going on?
Well, I don't know what a theory is, but everyone's acting really weird, and we're fine. So we thought it might be a bigger person thing.
You know.
What do you mean everyone's acting weird? Aren't the people
I'll
on...
gesture to all the awkwardness in every boat.
Yeah, literally.
Sure.
To be
some
fair,
of them
let's
are
clarify this. There is an awkwardness in every boat. Case and Boxster, not awkward. Right?
No, I'm just being silly.
Sure. There's also, Arya and Sylv, not awkward. Adam and Emil, not awkward. Yourselves, not particularly awkward, although you do seem to be staring up into the air a lot.
Most of the people in Atarman?
Because it's dangerous.
No, they're fine, yeah. Although you haven't seen Cedric since he made that weird announcement that Jared was moving boat.
Oh yeah.
So no, it's just like 3 or 4 of them are awkward and weird, right?
Okay, do you know why
I
they
think
are?
they're right.
No idea, and I don't know if I want to find out.
I'll turn around. You said Arya's nearby too. Arya, why is everyone acting weird?
Yeah, maybe Arya knows.
So here's the thing. I wanted to ask this earlier, because what is it? Greft and Jerd are having a conversation. Keep it hush. I wanted to have Lyric flying sort of near them, and I was gonna be listening in through Lyric.
Okay.
So I'm not actually tuned in the moment.
So what you're going to hear is a conversation that doesn't make any sense to you. It's about finding a solution. Should we tell the others? Do you think it's going to have a negative effect on specific names are mentioned? Arya and Natani are mentioned. Just you two. Yeah. And there's sort of a little bit of a quiet moment, and then he asks her if she's hungry. And she says no. And then he sort of reaches into his pack and says, if you are, and then puts some food on the bench between them.
And then she eats it.
No, she just sort of like, thanks, I'm all right. And he's, okay. I see. You let me know if you're not. And he carries on rowing. It's just sort of like, it's like you're hearing half a conversation. You missed whatever the integral bit was at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. what you're getting, I'm afraid. And then suddenly your thoughts are interrupted by Patrick saying, Arya, what did you ask him?
Why is everyone acting so weird?
All right, so I'm imagining, because I'm listening in, I'm hearing it from behind me, but it's in front of me.
Yep.
So I turn around as me to look behind me, even though you're in front of me.
Oh.
And I just kind of ask, what do you mean?
I turn around too.
Twiggy is happening.
Oh god, they got Arya.
Oh no.
And then before I snap back to my senses and turn around, it's hard to tell if I'm embarrassed or not because of my mask, but there's a little red.
Uh-huh.
Sylph sort of peeks over your shoulder for a moment and then just sort of shrugs.
Arya, stay with us. It's important.
No, I'm fine. Don't worry.
What is happening to everyone?
What do you mean? Are they trying to hook up or?
Oh.
Who's hooking up?
What's a hookup?
Twiggy's enticed.
So when two people have romantic interests in each other.
2 or more.
Two or more.
You know what? That is a fair point.
You know, Patrick, it's... What year is it?
In this
8:32.
modern day.
Yeah.
In 832.
Yeah.
All kinds of...
Listen, there are some weird places in the cities.
So everyone's trying to hook up?
Not me.
Is that what you're saying?
Not me.
Sylv announces, not me. Case
Oh.
will sort of shout over, me either!
Okay.
I'll
Insight check that.
yeah.
You know 100% Case is telling the truth. He seems adamant that he's desperately
Boxer
not.
didn't.
Oh, I thought it was boxers.
No. Case is adamantly
okay.
telling you he's not trying to hook up and he doesn't want to.
Okay. I believe
Which of them slept with Jared? Was it Boxster?
You don't know. You don't know which of them.
I want to
slept
know
with
so bad.
I'll turn to
Can I
Emil.
ask him?
Are you trying to hook up too?
Alum gives you a
That's
really
cute.
intense stare. Like, he wants to know if you're trying to hook up, and then he's wondering whether he needs to change boat.
Uh-oh.
Giving a puzzled look and giving her a few moments to mull it over. Emil just says, I don't really care all that much.
What was that?
Yeah, that was Lauren's dog, I'm hoping.
Hell.
Yes, it is.
That was beautiful.
Oh my
What
God.
timing? Because you were like, Emil kind of says, and then you just said, I was like, that's fantastic.
Is Emil saying that?
Start talking a different language.
Oh, your dog's timing is perfect. What the
What
hell?
does... Okay, so...
Alum sort of
well,
looks
okay.
at you and, you don't seem sure.
Emil's unsure.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm that fussed. You know, there's there's so many things that are important right now. You know, it's not something that's coming to mind. Quite frankly, staying alive is more on my mind right now, considering my recent scrapes and how badly Ranculos has been injured himself as well, and some other dragons.
That makes sense. Just to let you know, that you would have inspected Ranculos this morning and grooming him, checking for rasp snakes, full health, absolutely fine, bristling with energy, dragon healing super quick, which is why you can't heal them.
Yeah. So I'll just be as I said, like considering how much danger we find ourselves in lately and the thoughts that it's going to get worse, I have more pressing things on my mind than anything like, well, that. If it happens, you know, it's not like as if I'd be upset, but it's...
Alan looks over to you guys, and you will note
what happens to crawl in my bed. I guess I'll let it happen.
Yeah, Alan sort of looks a little awkwardly, and then says to Twiggy and Patrick, but loud enough for all the nearby boats to hear, I don't think the problem's with people hooking up. I think the problem's with people trying to hook up and it not working. And then Kay says really loudly, ain't that the truth?
Wow!
Okay,
that explains everything. Don't even need an insight check. Holy fuck.
Do they not know how to do it properly?
They have to both want it, Case will tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, consent is sexy.
And sometimes you think they want it and then they don't.
This was a PSA the whole time.
This is a really roundabout way.
We all
Patrick,
stare at the camera.
what if hooking up turned to consent to sexy in one conversation?
He's like a spokesman.
Yeah.
So
Never has Josh bled into Patrick more than this particular moment.
That was cute.
But anyway, as the boat drifts on, you will note that most of people get their shit together. And you guys are going to stop for a proper lunch. And this is because you found the turtles. Or rather, Carson and Jess have found the turtles. Do you remember before the dragons were fed on turtles without shells? You found way more of them. And there are like 30 of them just slaughtered upside down on the beach.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Yeah. You will note that most of the dragons seem sated already, have finished eating. They heard of this news and have rushed up and are sort of all getting involved. Relpta and the Silver each have one of these turtles to themselves, and these turtles are bigger than the dragon. Bigger than
I was just gonna ask if any of them eat like an oyster.
Yeah, so this like Relpta's like just sort of going around and biting around the edge. If you remember, Relpta is the little copper. I'm gonna need new pictures for Relpta soon because Relpta is both a lot cleaner and getting a little bigger. The Silver is also sort of like tussling with a turtle that's bigger than him. Ranculos is standing guard sort of over two of them, one paw on each, and eating a third.
Nice.
Yeah, he does seem to have more turtles than anyone else. And Carson and Davy will take any volunteers who will help them cut up the turtles and carve them so that they can be transported down the river. They look exhausted. You can tell that most of the turtles have been killed by dragons, not by humans. But dragging them up onto the beach and getting them in a place where they're safe and whatever, and convincing the dragons that they'll give them back to them, has taken them a lot of time. And dragons, when they finish eating, just want to sleep. So all the dragons are sleeping.
Same.
I will volunteer to help.
As soon as I see that they look like they need a hand, I will immediately head over and volunteer to help.
Yep.
I'll also volunteer.
Oh, will you?
We volunteer as tribute.
You can volunteer, Arya, but you will note that Greft has volunteered and Jerd is sat on the boat on the shore. In the boat on the shore. And she is eating whatever it was that Greft gave her earlier.
And I won't volunteer.
I thought that might be the answer. Sylve sort of elbows you in. Now's our chance.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. And she sort of goes over and, hey, Jerd, we were going to have some lunch too. Do you want to join us on the shore? Yeah, all right. Okay. And you see she gets up and sort of does this awkward maneuver where she steps out the boat. And then sort of looks back in the boat. She sort of hesitates as if to go away from... And she looks in again and she picks up the food that Greft has made her and sort of folds it up into little sort of like carryable. And then she plops herself down on the beach. Your dragon's all eaten too.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Alright, you didn't pass out.
Varys is always hungry. This is the first time she can be real mean. A bit like me sometimes, I guess. Made for each other. All we do is hiss and spit at each other. But she's happy when she's eaten. Real happy. It makes me happy, to be honest. You guys do really well rowing the boat. Like, there's the two of you. Graf doesn't let me row. At all. And you can see she keeps, like, touching her face as she's talking and, like... Although she sounds relaxed, she looks nervous as hell. Just talking to you. It's like she's trying to play it cool.
Right. Are we in, like, a... I know we're, like, kind of out in the open, but is it, like, secluded? Or is there a better spot where we could just not have eyes?
Yeah, so you guys are, like, sort of... Oh, there's Patrick. We're in an area sort of like this, and there's lots of different sort of little... Not islands, because they attach to the shore, but, like, bits that go out, and you guys are on a separate one that goes out. So whilst people can see you, most people seem very distracted by the turtles. And no one's paying attention. You're definitely not overheard.
You thought you could get away from Patrick. He's always there.
He's always watching.
But I will take us back to the other map while we're going. Yeah, so the three of you are fairly secluded.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, yeah.
No. Yeah.
And she sort of looks down at the little tiny amount of food she's got. And, looks to you. I'm assuming that you would have kept something back from breakfast, I guess, because you guys provide the food. And Sylv will therefore get something out to eat. She takes what looks to be a fresh piece of fruit. It's quite large, it's prickly on the outside, but quite expertly she takes a little belt knife and sort of cuts through the middle, and then pulls it out, and then she starts slicing it and hands you and... Wow, hello Ginger. Hands you and Jerd a slice each, and Sylv sort of looks at her and to Jerd, and so, you doing alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Totally fine. Well, mostly fine. Mostly fine. You?
Is there something bothering you, or?
I haven't exactly made it easy to talk with me. I really appreciate you guys coming to sit with me for lunch. I thought everyone hated me, and that was bothering me. Doesn't help that Greft's all like protective and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I've noticed.
Sometimes it's... I want to be one of the girls without being one of the girls. You know? Like you, and she sort of nods towards Sylv. No offense taken. No offense intended, sorry. No offense taken either, I hope, but yeah.
I'm just offended myself, my own words.
It's that noticeable, Arya? That Greft's all protective?
Yeah, it is kind of, like, it's hard to, like, see you alone without him, you know? The way he talks, the way he acts.
I think he thinks he's being nice. I'll talk to him about it a bit. I would... Never mind.
no. What were you gonna say?
Maybe at some point I might share a boat with someone else, you know. But then she sort of makes a motion and she's like, then Greft is... That's all she says. Like, she just doesn't have a... she doesn't finish that sentence ever.
I mean, Graf's a big boy. He can find someone else. For a
I'm
day.
not worried about him. But
Or
he'll
for
find
someone
someone else and then worry about them, you know? Like, he's not
Right.
easy. Just, you know, he's not easy. And maybe if it's a guy, he might not think that, like, you know? I don't know. He's got weird thoughts. Weird thoughts. It's like we're halfway up a river. We're not going to get married, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of prefer it on the tarman sometimes with Belen and Skelly and even Elise, even she can be a bit uptight sometimes. And Cedric, he's kind of like a woman. It's, you know, it's kind of like all the girls and it's all camaraderie. And then you look at us girls and like half of us don't even talk to each other. I think that's Greft's fault. Just saying. Apart from Willow, but she seems like fine with everyone. I don't know. Sometimes I think that people don't even notice she's a girl. I think that's because she's like really good friends with Patrick and stuff, you know? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Those two are always together.
Yeah, but like, it's okay.
No, it is.
You know, like Tats and Tamara used to be before everything went weird. They were just best friends, right? And that's okay.
Yeah.
I want to be friends too. Can we be friends? Sylv's like puts her hand on Jed's shoulder and then like pulls her in for a hug and it's like, we are friends, silly. We're all friends. Sometimes we're just not good at showing it.
We're friends.
And I'll go on Greft's boat at some point if you want to have a day with Arya. He does do all the work. She sort of smiles and, you know, she's got a cunning plan, Sylv.
Yeah, or if you want to spend the day with Sylv, I can spend the day with Graf.
Both of them sort of stare at you and like, you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, for you too.
Jazz sort of looks at you and, you're cool. I like that. I like that.
Thanks.
He doesn't, you know, scare you? A little bit?
Him? No. I know what scares me. It's not him.
Is it those monsters you guys fought? Everyone said you guys had a fight, but then, like... You all seemed okay, apart from Emil.
Yeah, Emil got fucked up.
Sylv's eyes widen a little, and she's like, yeah, fucked up. Jad like, yeah, but, you didn't, right? You fought, and, like, you were there, and, like, you shot it, right?
Yeah, I mean...
The skeleton came for me, I'd run away. I wouldn't fight. No chance.
I mean, everyone's a skeleton. We're just... got stuff on the outside. Not too different.
Yeah, that's one way of thinking about it. At this point, the rest of you would have finished gutting the tortoises. They're definitely turtles. And everybody's sort of sitting down to eat. It's looking a little camaraderie-ish.
Is there
Just
campfire
1 second.
going?
Yes, there is a
Oh,
campfire
sorry.
going. But Sylvie's going to suggest to Arya and Judd that you guys go and join the group. And, like, be part of the group. The group looks like everyone. Actually, everyone. Although you will note that Tats and Rapscale are sat at complete opposite sides of the circle. Tats has come to sit with Twiggy and Patrick. Rapscale is sort of sat a little bit on his own. Somewhat near Case and Boxster, but a little separate. Yes, there is a campfire at the centre. There's a large campfire going. There is two turtles sort of skewered quite high above it that Carson and Davy keep turning. And there's a few little sort of people are just poking sort of skewers of little bits of meat in to feed themselves.
Can you guys take that off for a second?
Sorry?
Carson looks at you and take the food off?
Yeah.
No? Why?
I want to do something with the fire. It'll just be for a moment.
Normal sentences.
He looks at, like, the huge turtle that's bigger than a dragon that they've hefted up there. Sort of looks at you and, like, no. So it took, like, 7 people to get this turtle hefted over the campfire. There's 2 of them up there. He was like, can you do it with the little one? And he gestures towards the little sort of tea fire that's over at the side. When I say little, it's still, like, it's a decent-sized campfire. It's just not, like, the big bonfire they're cooking the turtles over. It's a little to the side, and the teapot is sort of not hanging on it right now.
Can't you put the turtle on that one?
Davy sort of takes a moment and, like, steps around the campfire and comes and sits next to you.
I'm stood.
Yeah, that's okay. He'll sit
Stood in
next to you.
defiance.
Where
One
are the
second,
hunters?
my roommate's
Here we
locked
go.
out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Davy will come over and, like, sit next to you, and it took a lot of people to get the turtles up there, and they're going to be really important for us eating over the next couple of days. They need to smoke all day. What is it you wanted to do? Can you tell us?
I
Or can you
wanna
show us with the
show-
small fire? It's still quite big.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's a good sized campfire. Or maybe when we're finished camping and we take the turtles down and they're smoked.
You just said they got to smoke all day.
Well, yeah, but we'll be here till late evening. Or maybe the small campfire. I could make it bigger if you want.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to help?
Yes.
Okay. So Davy will look down to Willow as well, and to Case and to Boxster and to Alum and Emil, and suggest that maybe you guys can help, like go and get some logs and twigs, because a nice big
What are we
fire
doing?
is
Getting
stoking
twigs?
up the other fire. The smaller fire to make it bigger so that it's really cozy and warm to sit around. And Davy will
That
tell you
sounds
that he's got chocha, which is like it's a little like a sort of how do I explain it? It's like a spiced drink that you can heat up over the
Nice.
fire. That's really nice, and he could share it with you guys.
That
and,
sounds delicious.
like he's basically suggesting you guys have like a campfire evening.
That sounds so good in
and-
real
What
life.
about
I feel
the
like it would warm me up.
s'mores?
Yeah, a little like a
I know,
s'mores
right?
thing, but it's just instead he's gonna get you like this spiced warm cinnamon drink.
Let's
And
do it. Yeah,
he's
I'm
sort of
already looking for...
he's already really excited about it. And he says to Patrick, "And do you know any campfire songs?"
Oh, dude.
Do I?
Go ahead.
Or
we're not doing it yet. We gotta
He's
build
sort of
the
a
campfire
Yeah.
Well, you can do it then. Like I know a few. I just was meant like, do you know some? You don't have to sing them now. Like, do you know some? We can all share
Well,
some songs, right?
I was gonna do something first with the fire.
Okay.
once we-
Yeah, I know, and I'm really excited to see what you're gonna do with the campfire. I am.
Me too. Let's
I'm
go.
mildly concerned.
I shake all the twigs out of my hair just so we have a little starting pile, and then I head into the woods.
Oh dear. So Davy will sort of karate you all to like tell you like what sort of size to cut the kindling down to and bring it all over. So you've got a nice stack of campfire wood, and then he's gonna cast a cantrip.
What? Oh, is that gonna change?
He's a ranger. So this is a little unexpected. But you will note that he lights the kindling with his hand. That's all. He just lights the kindling with his hand. He doesn't rub the sticks together or anything.
Which one did that?
Davy.
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 He takes a little look. Anybody got a passive insight of 15 or higher? Not Patrick.
Yes.
Not
I
Patrick.
have
Anyone
15.
else?
Damn it.
I have 14. Are you sure 14's what you wanted, right?
No. Does anybody have 15 or above? Emil should, right? No, maybe not. He's got
Insight?
14 missing.
No,
You've got
only
14.
my investigation.
Looks like
And
I'm the insight
Aria?
person.
Looks like it's Patrick.
No.
Guess it's gotta be Patrick.
It can't be Patrick.
It's the same.
So in that case, Twiggy, you can give me. I don't feel like this is a Twiggy thing, but go ahead and give me an insight check.
Yay!
Anybody else
You
got
can
14?
borrow
If you have
one of
14,
my
you can roll.
insight.
Oh wow, I love that. 16.
16. Yeah, 16's better than 15. That's good. You know, Davy like sort of looks around as if to see who noticed him light the fire.
Ooh.
Secretive.
Like
Did
he
I
wanted
notice?
to be noticed. You did.
Oh, he was showing off.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm
Did you do
looking
that?
a little suspiciously.
Yeah. He sort of flicks his ear, and he's like, part of the heritage, some of us.
You've got big ears. Big ears people.
They are quite big, aren't they? No, my father is an elf.
Twiggy laughs in real life. I mean, in the world too.
Right before
Twiggy
the
laughs
wall.
in real life. Well, shit.
How many levels of meta is?
Yeah. So basically, he reveals his father was an elf and that his mother wasn't, and that means I got a little magic, not much. I can do a few other tricks, but that's mostly my training. Carson teaches me.
Maybe it's time for my trick.
I thought you wanted the fire real big. We need to.
Oh, is it not done?
He's just lit the kindling. It's not even in the campfire yet.
That's all it took.
Yeah. So over the next hour or two,
Magic of all people.
while he's stoking up the fire, Davy he's very socially adept. He asks questions of each of you. He favors nobody. He's got a lot of hand gestures. He sort of pats people on the shoulder a lot and sort of makes everybody feel a bit included. And after a while, he's just like, "Hey guys, just wait here a minute. Just." And he goes over and he goes to Jerd and Sylv and Arya if Arya was with them, and we're gonna have like a campfire evening, like sing some songs and stuff, and like really have some fun and be a group and just play a bit. Are you guys gonna join in? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Jerd?
I give Jerd evils.
Jerd sort of nods and, do you think you could ask Greft? I think he should join in. Like, all
Yeah, you should.
equals, And Jerd's like, oh, I'm on it. He'll be there. She, like, tells him, like, he will be there. And then he goes over and he sort of talks to Rapscal, and you see Rapscal look like a little sad at first, and then suddenly he comes over and smiling and I know some songs. When are we doing songs? And then like he goes over to Tats and he's like, you've got to get involved, and to Tamara, and sort of like, you two are meant to be friends. Like, you will overhear him saying, you two are meant to be friends. Whatever got between you, like, you should sort that shit out, because you're the best of friends, and best friends don't have those kind of problems. Like, just talk it out. Like, whatever it is, you're both upset that you're missing each other. Like, just talk it out. But come on. We're going to have a campfire evening. We're all going to be friends. We're all going to have fun. And that's what matters. And then he goes and talks to, like, everybody at the camp. And you'll note that Carson and Captain Leftrin and Elise and Bellin and Skelly have all come down. And Swaj. Only Hennessy and Big Ida are not there, because you need to leave 2 people on the boat at all times. As you all look around, you will notice that Cedric is also missing. And Davy sort of looks up to Carson. Where's Cedric? He's still sick.
Dead.
But
He was my boy. Every time you say Cedric, I always think about that.
What?
From Harry Potter.
Oh.
After the Triwizard Tournament, and he's like, he was my boy! My
Oh.
Is that Robert Pattinson's character?
Davy will look at you.
Yeah.
And it's spelt with an S. And then he will say, I'm gonna go get him. Like, he could do with this. Feel better. And, yeah, after a little while, you just hear,
He's dead.
oh. Ah. Okay, let's take you back inside. And he sort of gestures for Cedric to come back inside. And then after a little while, Cedric comes out, like, swaddled in, like, 3 cloaks. He's got a hood over him. Like, he's got a scarf wrapped around his neck. As if it's the Arctic. It's not even. You're in the tropicals, right? This is madness. And he sort of comes over. He's shivering a little bit, and he sits by the fire, and he's like,
Oh my god.
"Oh, that's real nice. Oh, marvelous. It's quite something. A little rustic. Thank you, Davy. That's lovely." And Carson goes and sits like quite protectively next to him, and like puts his arm around him and like gives him a cup of the cinnamon choja.
What's wrong with him?
Yeah, it's really difficult to see from here because he's like completely like hooded over and everything.
Yeah, he's bundled up.
But frankly, from your like medicinal knowledge that you already have, it just looks like he hasn't eaten in like a week. Like he's really had a fever and stuff, and he's been really ill.
Living off those custard creams.
Well, he's very used to an incredibly privileged life, and you guys have taken him to a swamp. So he's not doing well. He's not doing. No, okay, you know what I mean. Like the conglomerate has taken him to a swamp, and he's not doing very well at it. Yes. But as you sit around the campfire, it'll be Skelly and Bellin who start off. Bellin has a little drum, and Skelly has a little pipe, and they will begin to sort of play a little tune. And after a song, and sort of everybody joins in as they sing a bit of a sea shanty. And then Davy sort of, everyone. Patrick wants to show us something with the fire. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I know you all are
Patrick
too.
doesn't have stage fright or anything.
You will note that a
cheer you
fair
on.
few people move away from the fire just a little bit. But Case and Boxer are like, yeah, come on. This is going to be wicked.
Yeah,
Go on, you've got
cheering.
this. Go on, Patrick.
Okay. So I step forward towards the fire. And I start just remove my hands and my fingers very intricately, and I separate the fire into 2 separate flames. And then I turn to Natani and I give her a wink, and I turn back to the fire. I turn both flames to look like her. So one represents her, and one represents her shadow.
How you do that?
That she uses in combat with control flames.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna get them to fight each other.
Yeah, Natani on the right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Bets.
Everyone make your bets.
I just have this moment of picturing like beautiful storytelling, and there's like, let's make bets.
Yeah.
Well, it is right. It's a little bit like the kids have got together for campfire night at Scouts, right? So there is this element of like playfulness, right?
He's giving camp counselor.
Is he?
Very that.
That's really not the vibe I was looking for.
He's going to be the first to get murdered.
He's meant to be like the oldest scout who convinced the scout leader to let you guys have a campfire, okay? So if I've given it off a little wrong, Carson's the scout leader who was doing like camp counselor. Davi's the sort of older kid who's got on the teacher's side and got everyone together so that you guys can have a campfire. Okay? He's desperately trying to be a little younger. Well, the teacher is his uncle, right? So he's allowed to be a little bit of a pet.
So I'll do that for a while. And then after they've fought and Natani B triumphantly stabs Natani in the head.
My echo killed me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Done dirty.
foreshadowing.
That's awesome.
And then I'm gonna disperse it, and then I'm gonna change it so that it's Arya, and she's being like picked up by her owl's like talons, and they're like flying around.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
And then I'll shift it again, and it will be Twiggy and her dragon like hopping along. Twiggy leading the
Aw.
hops as her dragon like hops behind her. And then lastly, I will gesture, and you will see Emil, and he will faint. And then I will put out the, and then I will put out the fire.
What the hell was that for?
As that happens, Gref sort of
Dramatic.
turns to you and to you, Emil. Was that how it happened? We heard you got
Oh,
hit pretty hard. You're doing.
embarrassing.
What did
You
he
must be.
say?
He said, "Is that how it happened? Is we heard you got hit real hard? Like you're doing really well. You look like you took it like a champ."
Thanks, Coach.
You should be proud, Battle scars. Shows you're
Well-
real tough.
To be honest, I'm kind of glad in a way that it wasn't someone else who may have not made it.
Yeah, they might not have 20 con.
Exactly.
Can't all roll like
Yeah,
Jesus.
well,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was quite nasty time.
Davy sort of, okay, well, should we think a little more cheerful? Should we do a song?
Please,
Yeah, way to bring the mood down, Griff.
Oh, I'm
please, I
sorry.
kind of don't like remembering how I nearly died.
Well, as the
You just need to remember that you owe me everything.
Yeah. As the finale, I will raise the fire again, and it will take the form of Patrick on the back of his dragon, riding around. Yeah.
You're lucky
Fantastic.
Ranculos is not watching the fire, but is sleeping off a big meal.
Do you mean Saskatchewan?
Suspicion.
Sakabaka.
Although Rapscal will inform you, me and Hebe are gonna ride. I'm gonna fly on Hebe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Did you say
yeah,
that?
she's looking forward to it. Me too. She's gonna be the first to fly because she practices every day for an hour.
Aw, Balliper said he won't let me ride.
There's this
I
sort of
think it
moment
would
in
be
there.
considered rather inappropriate.
Yeah, something like that.
That's just because you guys have different, like Hebe's different. She likes people.
Yeah, she seems sweet.
Yeah.
I
Aren't
like
you,
her
Hebe?
fun
And Hebe sort of comes
personality.
over a little bit, and he literally feeds her like the tiniest bit of meat just inside her mouth, and she lets out like a goofy dragon smile.
Oh
It's
my
really
gosh, she's
sad.
like a
Yeah,
dog.
she's exactly like a pet dog.
Oh, Twiggy starts to understand why the other dragons are so unimpressed with
Yeah,
her.
pretty much. Case and Boxster will share a really, really rude song that their uncle taught them.
Nice.
Yep. And then a couple of others will sing a song about the knife thrower, which I'll leave playing. Are you guys sharing songs too? I don't really have any songs. You're gonna give us some.
Not a
Nicky?
song, but I'm gonna perform.
Yeah.
As I am literally a performer.
Show.
Oh yeah. When you get to go up, Syl's like, go on, show them some of the tricks.
Yep. Alright. I sort of like brush myself off. And as I sort of like strut to like the sort of area where everyone's performing, I cast a disguised self and my clothes like slowly turn and it looks like a very like fancy ringleader outfit. And as like the clothes slowly transform and I now have these like silk white gloves. I have the very fancy like ringleader top hat that you see.
Wow.
Oddly enough though, the mask stays on the whole time, even though I have disguised.
Some of the others will sort of like murmur and whisper as if they're like excited. Like at the beginning of a magic show, like everybody gets a bit excited and like starts like, "Hey, I want to see that." Like you just hear all these sort of whispers greeting you, and you know that you've captured some attention.
Yeah. And with that setup, sort of standing in front, head down before snap up, silent image as like a spotlight appears above me.
Ooh.
Rapscal claps like that's the act. He's like, "Way!" Like, yeah. And then sort of Davy sort of over something. I don't think it's done yet.
All right, hello everyone. I
Hi.
haven't really. Hello. I haven't really spoken to all of you yet, but former introduction. I am Arya Corvus. I am well known as a traveler and performer, a master illusionist, as you'd say. As I flick a hand, and the spotlight will disappear, but a bouquet of flowers will appear in my hand.
I'm gonna control flame so that it spells out her name behind her.
I have traveled far and wide and amazed many of people, but tonight I'm performing for you, my most favorite crowd of people, I must say, that I've met.
You hear
As,
that,
like-
Twiggy? I'm the favorite.
I
As
know,
a-
it's incredible.
As I will minor illusion the noise of like cheering, just like yeah.
I'll actually take this moment to build on this and minor illusion some extra cheering into this as well, just to build on it even more.
As you're going to do this, just to give you a quick note, you will note that Cedric has sort of pulled his hood back just a little bit and is like watching really intently,
Oh, he loves it.
as if like he's no, not in that sense. As if like he's captured by it and he's sort of forgotten to be. Does anybody have a passive perception of 17 or above?
I got 15.
Just had to check. In that case, just Patrick, give me a perception roll.
Yes, I'm only 16.
Oh, you have 16?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just Emil, perception check then. Oh, what did you get, Josh?
Snatched away.
Was it really high?
Oh, sorry, no, no, my investigation 16. Sorry, not
Yeah.
perception. I'm dumb.
Okay.
My bad.
Josh, what did you get?
I got an 18.
An 18. You will notice as he leans forward, that his face glistens a little. And as you look just at his cheeks, there's just the start of scaling.
Oh,
That's why he's ill.
He's sick.
I will.
He's
I will
ashamed.
whisper. I will whisper to Twiggy that information.
I look over there very
It-
obviously.
Somebody else has
Big old
noticed
whisper.
too, because whispers are going round the crowd. And then so after just a little while, you just say, shh, shh, watch. Ari, you will have noticed Cedric. With just a glint of like, but from where you're standing, because you're at the campfire, it just looks like the campfire's reflecting back off his face, like he's used too much makeup. Sorry,
Okay.
carry on.
Yeah. Nobles. Ugh.
Nice.
Yeah.
You just got
All
Emil whisper chanting, one of us, one of us.
Could I ask someone to please come up and help me with my first little...
Me! Rapscal and
I
Twiggy and
volunteer.
Patrick all jump up simultaneously.
Well, I guess all three of you, come on up.
Yeah.
Yes.
You will notice at this moment, particularly how short Willow and Patrick are when stood next to 6 foot
Quite
Rapscal.
small.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's 6 foot.
Yeah, he is. He's very tall. Like quite a few of the more scaled Rain Wilders are actually taller and sort of
Like
thinner.
to his knee.
Yeah, so he's sort of standing between the two of them,
no.
like looking down. He looks like the adult that got up at a kids' show. Aria, carry on.
All right. Well, very importantly, Patrick, here,
I
please
should've
hold
grabbed
these as I hand you the bouquet of flowers. That's an illusion. Now hold on to those. It's very important, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Biggie looks jealous.
Now don't give that pouty face just yet. I will give you something just a moment. As I reach into my pocket and take out a deck of cards, a physical deck of cards, and I begin
Physical
to...
being a key word in this sentence, not an illusion.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm holding
Which
on to
is-
thin air.
Yeah, which is specifically why I did the bouquet, to prove that that's the illusion.
Ooh.
As I shuffle the
love
playing
it.
Patrick is
deck.
acting very well.
Yeah.
Just making it not
I
look like an
believe.
illusion.
I believe.
All right. As much as I'm an illusionist, I also like simpler magic, kind that isn't arcane. What I'm gonna have you do is we're gonna spread this deck out, and each of you pick a card.
I will pick the very middle card.
Rapscal picks the card on the top and immediately sort of holds it up to you to show you exactly what he's just picked.
All right, thank you. Now we're gonna try this again. Please put it back in, and this time take a card. Only show it to yourselves. Don't show me.
Don't
I
show
must
it
not
to
know.
her, Rapskull.
Rapscal takes out the next one. Like sort of holds it real close, like this, like literally, so that it's like up in his eye.
That's better.
Even I knew that.
All right. Each one of you have your cards memorized, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We gotta remember it. All right.
Try your best.
It's got pictures.
Got it?
How funny if we're all thinking of the same card.
All right. Now,
Whoa.
please put your cards back in the deck in a random location.
I'll put it back in the middle.
Like on the boat.
In my deck, please.
Oh yeah, just throw.
He said, but in a random location. He sort of like he very surreptitiously like scans through the cards and then like slides it in real gently and then pats it in.
Yeah. As I'm like not looking, I'm just casually looking around.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Natani, Tamara leans over to you. It's an ace. That's all she says. It's an ace.
All right. And once the cards are back, I sort of like unspread the deck, put it back together, and begin shuffling. Sort of going into like this fun little monologue about how magic isn't like all about the arcane. It is about performing. It's about the enjoyment. And as I finish talking, I put the deck back together and I tap it 3 times. I remove the top 5 cards and I pull up the top card and I hand it back to Twiggy. This is your card?
It better be.
Dare you to
Give me a
say no?
performance check.
It is.
Give me a performance check.
4 of hearts.
Whoa.
It is, but it almost wasn't. you there's a little sigh of relief on Arya's face as like, you know, Twiggy and Patrick and Rapskull are all not the most reliable humans. You weren't sure whether they'd actually put their card in the deck or like, you know, you want to just make sure that they did it right, but they did. So 4 of hearts it is.
I was considering a stunt, so
I
Yeah,
clap
good.
with the bouquet.
All right. And then I sort of like give a questionable look at the deck. I do a random spread. I pick up half of it, sort of like shift it around. Think in my head as I thumb it again. I then grab the top 6 cards.
Whoa.
And Patrick, is this your card? As I flip them over.
Yes, that's the Joker. That's the card I got.
Wow.
All right. And Rapskull. And like I give a very confused look as I'm looking back at the deck. And I sort of like
Remember your
spread it
card,
out.
Rapskull.
It was the red one with the pretty girl on it.
He got the instruction card.
No, he got the Queen of Diamonds.
That's interesting. I think a card's missing as I flip over the deck and I'm looking through all the cards and the card's not there.
I
sort
put
of,
it
like,
back!
glance around.
Hey.
And like I'm sort of looking around and it's like I sort of have a slight minor illusion as my eyes will like glow a little. I'm like, oh, silly me, it's in your pocket. It's right here.
Whoa.
Rapskull sort of reaches into his pocket. I didn't put it there!
You. What?
Oh, it's
What?
magic.
How? You forgot to put it in the deck, didn't you?
No, I put it in the
Oh,
deck.
is
I
that
did.
how
I put it in the
happened?
middle. And
I just wrote
there's
that.
a lot of clapping from the back, and Tamara was like, I'm sure it was an ace. I saw it.
Well, it seems to find its way back to you, but I'll like take that back.
Oh, you can have it. Yeah. That's really...
Wow, that was great.
And
Thank you.
Ah.
Thank you.
and yeah, as everybody sort of claps, Case and Buxter sort of turn to Patrick and, we thought you were the only one who could do magic.
Oh,
To you,
check
Patrick.
this out.
I'm worried.
Twiggy does
Go on,
a
Twiggy.
What is my monk cast?
get stage fright. I will make a little spark, like it's just druidcraft, okay?
Why can you cast Druidcraft? Oh, because you're a
My
forest gnome.
race.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah,
The
that's-
race.
Yeah.
you could be a
so
bit more exciting and make a seed turn into a flower.
No, Twiggy's not,
Gotta get a
she's not a
seed first.
performer. She gets
Oh, okay.
nervous, so she just makes a little shitty little spark and
Damn.
says, "That's just a taste."
Davy will summon a little green walking spectral creature. It looks a little like a crab, and it's a healing spirit. Yes, we'll shuffle over to
I was so close to taking that.
There's randomly a sound of a hoot on Patrick's shoulder
Ooh.
as an owl just appears there.
I will summon
Carson's-
my wildfire spirit.
Carson turns to Davy and is like, "It's not a trick. It's a useful and incredibly powerful spell. I should save it. What if someone was injured?" And sort of Cedric, no. Let him show us. It's time for a bit of play. It's okay. And then he sort of pulls his hood back over. Yeah, I'm going to leave you guys campfire singing as the chocha is passed round. Yeah, it's sort of a really nice, friendly evening where everybody's just getting on well. And, you know, you guys all joining in and singing along. Jerd sort of places herself next to Sylve and Arya, but Tamara will come and join and try and encourage Natani to also join to make a sort of union of women. Skelly and Bellin will come and sit near Tamara, and after a little while, Sylve gets up and goes over to Willow, who Twiggy, who's sat, I'm assuming, with Patrick. And, hey,
Yeah, she looks
Twiggy?
kind of like she was waiting to be invited.
Twiggy, we're having a bit of a girls' chat. You want to come join us?
Oh, I didn't notice. Yeah. I'll be right back, Patrick.
When you go over there, Bellin will very surreptitiously pass all the girls the biscuits from last night, the cookies from last night, the coffee cream cookies, which she's
Yes.
stolen from Lefrin.
As Twiggy gets up and leaves, I just say, "What a weird way of being alone."
Tat sort of comes in, sits a little closer to you, and it's like, "Hey, you're not alone. Neither is she. She's going to sit with the girls. It's it's like a girls and a guys thing. You know, it's okay."
Girls' night.
You know what? Tats is lucky that Patrick is not me. I guess I will respond enthusiastically.
Yeah. Hey, I got something from here. And he hands you what looks like a water skin for you to take a swig from if you want.
Ooh,
Is it actually what?
In a big stage whisper, he goes, "It's wine."
it's booze.
Are you trying to get me to hook up with you?
Tat sort of looks at you utterly bemused and is just like, "No. No. You?
Good.
No.
Good.
No.
'Cause it seems to make everyone around here weird.
Yeah, no, I'm good for that for a while. He sort of announces it now, like out loud. Everybody just sort of, all right, whatever.
I think you've had enough of it.
But
One
Davy
sip
will
and
come
it's
and
wasted.
Yeah.
sit the other side of you. No, but he's like announcing that, you know, it's almost like he's just decided that he's not hooking up with anyone. Davy will come and sit the other side of you, Patrick. And he will take a swig of the wine as well and pass it along to all the guys.
How is this turned into like It's like in the Goblet of Fire when they're all learning how to dance. You've got like one room of the boys who are like so afraid to approach the girls. It's basically turned into that.
Well, it's maybe more a bit like sort of like a, I don't know, a high school sleepover, but like young high school, okay, middle school for you guys, right? Yeah.
No, we're in high
Davi,
school.
Yeah.
are you trying to hook up with someone?
Oh.
Davy sort of looks at you and I don't know at the moment. We'll see how things go. Are you?
Mood.
Are you, Patrick? Well, we're
Am I what?
sharing secrets. You asked me if I was trying to hook up with anyone.
Yeah.
You know what that...
Oh,
is,
what's the
right?
question?
You asked me if I was hooking up with someone. I said, maybe. Are you?
Uh-huh. Am I what?
Trying to hook up with someone.
Oh. No.
Okay,
I mean, I'm not trying to hunt people down like other people here. Look at the shady look to you know who. Still
Oh.
not thinking she's not apologized to
Oh,
me.
Jared?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's still not apologized for being a
Mhm.
bitch.
We haven't forgot.
No. And we will not forget. I forget where I was going. Yeah,
No,
I was
you're
looking,
hunting
not
anyone
hooking
down.
up with anyone.
I'm not looking for it specifically.
Oh.
I used that word correctly, right?
Yeah,
I
All
used
three syllables.
correctly, right.
all 3 syllables.
And I used correctly, right.
Yeah, specifically it's 5 though. So Davy's showing that he's not
I
the
used
brightest
both,
spoon in the
right.
spoon in the drawer either.
Okay. Yeah. It
Well,
all
that's good.
seems like it's too much hassle.
I don't know.
mean,
Could be fun with the right person.
I
Some
guess, but look
Most
at
people
what
aren't
has
uptight,
happened.
right? Well, look at this, right? Everyone's happy tonight. We're doing better. Friends first. Friends first.
I don't know if you can count this as friends, and I'll look over to the football team group of ladies on the other side of the camp, you know. I don't think
Is something up? Then? Asks.
I don't think this is progress.
Something the matter? Because the girls are separate, you mean?
I think it's weird.
I think they're trying to patch up some friendships between them first, and then it's good. It'll be everyone being friends soon, but right now, girls need girl time sometimes.
What does that mean? What's girl time?
Braiding each other's hair, pillow fights, you know, the works.
Davy sort of looks over and then, no,
Mitani, shouldn't
I do
you
all
be
of
over
that.
I am over there.
Davy,
That was
yes.
me talking.
Yes, and Davy will look over you and no, I do all that as well. I will inform you that he loves braiding hair. No, sometimes.
Of course he does.
Yeah,
of
of course.
course he does.
But he's like, sometimes
Elf.
girls need to know that they're not. So when it's just girls, there's no one trying to make a move or make everything happen. Even when girls and girls can be in love too, right? But even then, it's not. Sometimes girls can feel threatened by some guys, and when it's just them, they don't feel threatened, and they don't feel, what was the word you used? Hunted down? Was that a good phrase? I like that phrase. So this is them being comfortable, and maybe the way that Jared acted, you know, made her separate from the group, and now they're trying to accept her back in.
Are you a girl?
No,
How do you know
but
this?
well, you know, no, I'm not a girl, but I like some gutty things,
Like what?
like braiding hair.
Like cock.
Touche.
Sorry, who's speaking right now?
This is Davy. Sorry, do you need a
This is
picture?
Davy. This is that fairy. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
Um,
fairy.
Yes,
Specifically.
Yes.
Well,
Cedric will lean over
yeah.
and sort of. There are plenty of girly things that is quite okay for men to like as long as they do it in the right way, like jewelry and makeup and pretty clothing, and baking.
I don't think gays sound creepy.
Carson sort of looks at you and, hey, we're not all creepy. Yeah.
I love this.
But yeah, Davy definitely sort of shows his more girly side, and as you all sit around and campfire up, if you have used any spells, you can take a long rest, and we will take a short break. Hello, and welcome back to our campfire, where we're being really cheesy school kids. But we're not, because you guys had a long rest, and it is now the morning. And this music shouldn't be playing, because this is the bard party. And that's not happening. And
I did want to say.
Mm.
I did want to say. It would have been a fact. Being asked to gather with the girls, I think Natani would have looked the most uncomfortable she's looked since Graft was on the boat with her.
Oh, really? I thought that would be something you'd be quite pleased to.
In the girls' circle?
It's just not something she's used to, and she does not have confidence in it. I just wanted to throw that out there since we didn't switch back to the girls.
No, the idea was that, it was okay, it went well, and that was that. I wasn't going to take it much further than that. But I am going to tell you that early morning, it is pouring with rain.
Aww.
Absolutely pouring with rain.
Love that.
And this doesn't happen very often in the Rain Wilds. And sometimes when it rains, it can be almost acidic. This isn't. It's just super, super heavy driving rain. That's more what I was looking for. There we go. It's miserable. Like, the ground you were sleeping on has gone soggy. The campfire went out halfway through the night. It was cold. Anybody who gets up very early will notice that Jerd has already gone back to Tarman to so not be on the floor in this pissing rain. You'll notice that there's everyone's quite close together, at sort of somewhat in a central area, and then Rapscal's halfway down the road.
Okay. Well,
he's next to Hebe.
That's sweet.
How are the dragons feeling about the rain?
They're not really that fazed by weather in general, but they do like to be warm, and this is not warm. But speaking of dragons, very, very early this morning, Twiggy, you woke up. Not really sure what woke you. And then you will hear in your mind some frustration and annoyance. And should you venture out to find Balapa, you will see Balapa trying to learn to fly.
Yes.
Oh.
It is.
Twiggy is discreetly.
He is very, very slowly, stretching out his wings and trying to flap them. They're not very big for his size. And then there's a sort of chicken flap, and then a stop. And then there's this half-hearted little run and jump, and a flap. And then, you can tell that he's not even sure how to start, or how to learn or practice. He just knows that he should be trying.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh. Perception. 11.
Okay. You note that somebody else is watching Balapa practice to fly.
Who is it?
Jamal, are you eating crisps?
It's like eating carrots or
Sorry.
something. It's so
That's why I'm eating popcorn.
Popcorn!
so crunchy.
Emil's just over watching Balapur just crunching on something.
Yeah,
That was me.
I didn't hear it. I think I just tuned Jamal out 90% of the time.
Watching him try to fly.
Yeah, no, with an 11, you note that another dragon seems to be sort of moving through the jungle a little close, to get sight. But you'd know that you need to go closer if you want to identify which dragon.
Yeah, I will do that. I want to sneak up on them. I don't want them to see me, but I want to try to see
Give me a
who
stealth
is
check.
spying on my boy. All right, this is the one. Gosh.
I don't think it is.
Rolling great.
I got a 31. Did you beat it?
I got a 12.
Yeah.
So-
I got a 31.
Oh.
You are noticed, and sort of the gem-like blue sapphire dragon sort of snuffs at you, does not speak to you.
I
Does not
snuff.
deem you
I'm already
worthy of
snuffing
speaking.
back.
The
Whatever,
dragon sort
I'm not
of
speaking to her either.
swings its head back towards you, looks you up and down. And then you just hear a low growl from Balapa. And Skymore backs off. This is who was watching Balapa fly. Or try.
Damn it, my enemy. Oh, I'm running up to Baliper. Hey.
Pathetic. Wasn't it?
What? No.
Look at these.
I am so.
He sort of gives a
excited.
dismissive at his wings.
What?
Stupid. And I'm wet.
They're. Well, I can't do anything
It's
about
getting
that.
in the
but-
folds between my wings, and it's. I hate this place. I hate this existence. This is not what a dragon should be. Ridiculous.
I mean, you're still growing, aren't you? You're
Dragons
probably
are
just-
meant to be born able to hunt. I'd have a hard time chasing down a cow.
I don't know about that. You're faster than a cow, I think.
It's not the point. We're not land animals, Twiggy. We're not animals at all, although you might be surprised. And then sort of nods over towards the silver, who's chewing on a log.
Aw.
Pretty much, Jay. Exactly that.
Cute.
Yeah, it might be cute, but it's an animal.
It'd
Yeah.
be funny if he's the first one to fly. The silver.
He's light. Give you that.
True.
Yeah?
I don't think becoming a bird was the aim of the campaign, though. Yeah.
But I mean, Valipar, if there's anything I can do to help you, I
Don't tell anyone. And
oh, absolutely not.
if you could find a way of getting some of the... I think there's dirt, like, just... And he sort of stretches his wing out, and, like, you'll see, like, the sort of almost like his armpit, basically, of the wing, like, where the folds are. He wants you to sort of try and... what's the word?
Alright, I'll
Groom.
get in there.
Yes. With a brush. It's scaled, so it's not dirty, so to speak, but, like, you can tell that it's a very difficult place for him to clean.
It's just itchy. You can't reach
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Sure, I'll get it there. Get the good scratchies going. You know, I bet as soon as you start just practicing more, your wings will grow in, you know. Once you start exercising the muscle, it gets bigger and stronger.
With enough food, sure.
Oh, of course.
Last night was good. I think all the dragons benefited. But it is the first time since I was born that I have not felt hungry.
That sounds tough.
To be sated is good.
Yeah.
But the journey must continue, and he sort of lets out a dragony trumpet. It doesn't sound like any word to you, but to everybody else it just sort of means get up. And indeed, the keepers will be woken by this dragon trumpeting. You're all wet, sore. Some of you got a little bit of a headache if you had enough of the wine last night.
Yeah, who had some wine?
Most people, I think. Did
I
Patrick?
think I probably did, yeah.
You were with the gays,
Yeah,
chatting it
just
up.
just partly I think Patrick probably like had a couple of swigs at first just to get over like being abandoned by Twiggy like that because she never came back like she said she
Whoa, it's not like that.
and then by that time he was probably 3 sheets to the wind and just kept going.
You will notice, Patrick, when you wake up that you've been properly tucked in as if your mother had done it and you were a child. You have no idea who did it.
Oh no. Is there anyone near me?
Yeah, Twiggy. Twiggy's asleep
Oh,
next to you
okay.
as per usual.
She did come back.
Yeah, Tats is the other side of Twiggy. Case and Boxer the other side of you.
I'll take credit.
So
yeah.
wasn't you. You came back and saw Patrick tucked in and were like, right, it's a bit odd.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even his blanket.
I quite enjoyed the rain. So whilst everyone else is like
Really? Fireboy?
either trying to
In
get
real life
out
as well.
of it,
Weird.
I love it. It's so relaxing. So yeah, I'll just lie there. Literally soaking it all in.
Feeling the rain on your skin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No one else could feel it for him.
Yeah. Only you can let it in.
I did not realize that had made it to America. Who knew?
What? That song was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think of it as British. Yeah, anyway. You will also know somebody else likes the rain. As Rapscal is positively still singing campfire songs this morning. He didn't have any wine. He feels great. When Sylv and Arya get to the pot to start cooking up the breakfast, you'll note the campfire's already been started. And Rapscal is cooking. I think is what we'll go for. He's turning meat in the fire. It's not burnt. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, would be cooking.
Yeah, somewhat.
Surely.
He doesn't seem to really know what he's doing, but he's trying to like mimic the motions he's seen you and Sylv doing. And it won't be long before Jerd comes up from the boat and comes over to the campfire and starts. She sort of looks at Rapscal and, hey, you need to kind of put it in the fire, not just near it. Go on, it's okay. It won't burn. That's the point. And she sort of like shows him through the motions. And then, just as she's getting comfortable, and she's like, morning, Arya, morning, Sylv. Graft comes over and is sort of, you shouldn't be doing that. You get tired. Go on, get in from the warm. You're staying on the tarman today. And she's, right. I'll be off then. Morning, everyone. And then she sort of leans in and, like, leans over to Arya to, like, to speak quietly to you, but almost to like brush past you as if to make it look very casual. And she just sort of says, it's okay, he's probably right. And she heads off to the boat.
Yeah, fuck.
I have a fancy new cantrip called Message.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah. I'll, because she's still within range, send a message. If you want to stay, then stay. Don't just listen to him.
No, he's right.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
And with that, she will go on the boat. Graft will row alone. And Sylv sort of looks at you and, I don't know what that's all about. Maybe she's sick. I did see her being sick the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said she didn't like the fish. Maybe she got food poisoning. Wasn't us, was it?
Maybe. No, it couldn't be us.
That's good. I'm glad she came this morning, though, to join in, right? We did good.
It was nice. We did.
Breakfast, everyone, come on! And as you guys gather
Minor
breakfast...
illusion, a very loud breakfast noise.
Breakfast noise.
Well, I say it's
noise.
What is a
breakfast. The word breakfast.
But it's a loud noise of it.
Yeah.
Not like you just hear a really loud cereal eating sound.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just hear
imagining just
the
a very
sound of
loud
cereal
noise.
crunching,
Am I
eggs
here?
sizzling, bacon
Yeah, you're
sizzling.
here.
Yeah.
Intense
squares
levels
for
of
2 seconds.
confusion here.
oh, hello.
squares again.
Okay, I can hear people now.
Hello.
Cool, I can hear people now. I couldn't hear people for a second. It was just like a sort of noise going on.
Classic breakfast noise.
Yes.
Breakfast is ready.
Great.
Now, that's a
Levels
classic
of confusion.
That's breakfast noise.
Okay. As you will gather, I'm going to speed you through today and tomorrow. It's just casual rowing. It's chilly. It's wet. It's cold. It rains for 3 days straight.
I'm definitely going to be using prestidigitation to warm up my clothes, make them lovely and toasty, and hope I don't get sick from the rain.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to row up next to Emil and say, hey, Emil, remember that life debt you owe me? Can you do that for my clothes too? Just once.
Sure.
My echo holds my shield over my head.
And row a boat.
I will hope I can do very much the same for myself and Twiggy.
Thanks.
Try to hope we can both stay warm.
Yeah.
Cashing
Great.
in that life debt I see. I think my debt's being repaid rapidly here.
In these,
Keeping track.
just to
That's
let you know,
relief.
in these sort of wetlands, especially with all this rain, the water is getting deeper. The dragons every day are coming in later than the group. They're struggling to get in. The hunting hasn't been
they're
as
getting
good.
slowed?
Yeah, because they can't get in. They can't get in and out the water so easily because it's getting deep because of the rain, and the marshlands are really boggy and marshy. Actually, the earliest dragons in will be Ranculos, Harmony,
Hey.
the Silver, the Copper, Relpta, Arbuk. All the smallest dragons are not sinking as deeply into the marshlands. Specifically, Josh, of the players, you will note that Sestican is really struggling, and he hates the water.
Well, I thought you just wouldn't go in it still.
He's not going in it. None of them are in it at the moment. They can't swim in this depths. But the marshlands are like really boggy and difficult to walk through. And he's just miserable. He's also very heavy and got quite short legs. Sorry, carry on.
I have in my backpack. I have cooking utensils. So
No meatball subs. Good.
Where is this going?
as we're rowing the boat, I will take out my frying pan, and I will say to Twiggy, "I'll just use my frying pan as a drying pan."
God damn it! Son of a bitch.
What's this a reference to for those of us who haven't seen it? This is like SpongeBob or something.
It's Pokemon. It's
Pokemon.
Okay.
Jay already
Oh,
has it
yeah,
in the
okay.
chat. It's Pokemon.
I knew
as
exactly
soon as
where
you
it was
took it
going
out,
as soon as
God.
cooking utensils was said.
I hate everything. Oh boy.
I've just seen that
Yeah,
meme of
Twiggy's
Tony the
very
Tiger
impressed
above,
with
and I'm
that.
absolutely amazed. Anyway.
Twiggy thinks it's very funny what you said.
Also, look at my jelly donuts that are definitely not rice.
I mean, you know what they say, fire is very effective against water.
Oh, that is so funny.
Okay. But we will speed you through the 3 days of miserable
We're
rain.
sailing.
And on the third day, Natani. Early morning. Some of the hunting meat was separated last night. And it's your job today with Tamara to carve up some of the meat, some of these turtle that has been stored for the keepers to have this morning for breakfast. So you're up earlier than everyone else. And you're near the tarman, dealing with this meat, when you hear shouting coming from inside the boat. You irresponsible young idiot!
Uh-oh.
How could you not tell anyone? What were you thinking?
Oh.
Don't think that we'll have anything to do with it. Have you any idea how long Swaj and I have been trying for a child? And here you come rocking up without telling anyone? Does the father know? Is this why you've been passing yourself round like a cake? So that you could trick one of them? Well, you're not going to trick one of them. It's obvious it's at least a month. Stupid girl! Get out! To think I've been sharing my tea.
She
was
just
yelling?
spilt the tea.
Oh my
You're
god.
pretty sure it is Bellin.
Who's
She
yelling?
Bellin is yelling. Yeah, she is. She is married to Swaj, this guy. The two of them have been trying for a child for years and not got it. Children are pretty difficult to conceive in the Rain Wild. They often don't come to term. And no surprises to anybody. You see Jerd running off the boat. Elise is sort of running after her barefoot into the bog with this sort of acidy water in the mud. And Elise is like charging after her, like her skirt's pulled up, she's still in her night clothes. It's like, hey!
You look like you're
come
going to
back.
completely lose Jerd.
No, she's catching her, just about. Jerd is sort of storming, like walking. And you guys are a little far away, so you can chase if you want or not if you don't want to get involved. Tamara just sort of raises an eyebrow at you, and no, just Tamara and Natani. Tamara sort of raises an eyebrow at you and like shrugs her shoulders if like I don't give a shit. Is where she's at on it. But Elise sort of chases her and puts her arm around her and hey, you can't be outside like this. Not like this. Come on, come into my cabin. No one's throwing you out. Good girl, come on now. And you just see Jerd in floods of tears, and you will know as a Rain Wilder, crying is agony. It's like crying acid. It's like bleeding. You don't have proper eyelids to cleanse it away. She is obviously in a lot of pain. She is absolutely devastated. And as she sees the two of you, what are you doing, Natani, as this is happening?
I think I'd probably just be watching with a sort of solemn look.
She gets that sort of...
Pretend to not see.
She gets that deer in the headlights moment when she sees the two of you and she realizes that the news is out. And she sort of looks from you to Tamara as if to say, like, have I got your support? Almost pleading, and Elise sort of, like, shoulders her away before... and Tamara just turns to you and... She came on this trip all pregnant? Is she an idiot?
She didn't know. Possible she didn't know beforehand.
Didn't sound like that to me.
Rumors will be rumors.
Unless we don't tell anyone. And they're not rumors at all.
I don't plan to tell anyone.
Me neither. That's gotta be real tough.
They'll find out eventually.
Some things are difficult to hide. A child falling out of you is one of them. She sort of gives a little snorted laughter and Graft's kept quiet about it? He must have kept quiet about it, right? He's been treating her like she's porcelain. Oh.
Which was not exactly keeping quiet about it.
Do you think he thinks it's his? Should we oh. I'm not even a gossipy kind of person, but wow. Wow. Alright. Didn't happen, didn't hear it. Tomorrow you didn't hear a thing. Let's cut the meat. And for now, that secret will stay between the two of you.
I immediately go and wake up now. Oh. She didn't want to be woken
That
up.
was so shocking. Michaela left.
Michaela's like, I didn't get the gossip done.
Done.
You're muted.
I can't go on like this. Yeah, if I'm not involved in the gossip, I don't want any of it.
Yeah.
She's like, you either spill the tea, give me the tea, or I'm gone.
I'm gonna need you to tweet this, Natalia.
But it is only an hour late. Oh, sorry, go on, Josh.
I was just gonna, because we all heard that, right?
No.
That whole
No.
Oh,
just-
the whole commotion?
No, because it happened at the boat, which is a long way from where you guys are actually sleeping. It's only because Natani and Tamara were up early doing the cutting of the meat.
Oh damn! Okay. Then. Well, that sucks.
And
okay, then
as
never mind.
breakfast is about to get served, like Jerd comes up from where the boat is, and she sort of looks at Tamara and she looks at Natani, and then she just says very quietly, "Natani, wish me luck." And then she hits the bowl with a big spoon, as if she's going to make an announcement.
I elbow Twiggy. This is gonna be the apology.
You're right. It's been long enough.
Jerd sort of, I'm sure some of you already know. Some of you joined this trip because you were like me. You know, when people looked at you oddly because of how touched you were by the Rain Wilds. Some of you, I'm sure, had your own reasons. But I was running away. I had an encounter with a man. He wasn't from the Rain Wilds. It wasn't my choice. And I got pregnant. And people like us, we're not meant to get pregnant, right? And I thought maybe if there was anywhere. I'm not going to be a burden. I can hold my share. Greft. I can do my chores. I can manage. But I thought you ought to know before you find out some other way. I ran away. I did. But I'm running to something better. And I know I've been horrible to some of you. And I'm so sorry. I've been emotional. And that's not an excuse. And I'm echoing off somebody and it's really annoying. But I want to be part of something. And I didn't want it to... I know I'll probably lose the baby, because that's what happens, right? With us, but if I don't... I didn't want to get rid of it. I want to be a mum one day. Not really this year, if possible. Not that I want something to go wrong, but I hadn't planned it, you know? But Belen told me, and she told me right. It's irresponsible. She looks around to the other girls. I'm not saying that you don't have the right to make your own choices, but what I've done puts a burden on others as well. I will pull my weight as long as I can, but I'm sorry, guys. I lied to you all.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna walk towards her.
Mm-hmm. She looks nervous.
And I'm gonna... and I will hold out my hand and I will
bought
say,
her?
I forgive. And
I couldn't resist, I'm sorry.
I will say, I forgive you.
Aww.
Oh.
Does she take my hand?
She does, and like you see a tear, sort of an acidy tear, start to run down her cheek, and she just like she leans in to give you a hug.
As she hugs me, I'll take that as her actively failing a deck save as I cast Fairy Fire on her. She is now aglow with multicolour flames.
Whoa.
And an easier target should anybody else wish to aim. Anyone want to take the advantage shot? It's a sneak attack, Aria. But no, she sort of looks over Patrick's shoulder and sort of...
Beautiful.
I'm sorry. And thank you. And then she looks over to Aria. And, can I take you up on that offer?
Yeah, of course.
She looks to Greft and she very directly says, I'm going on a boat with Sylph today. And I'm going to row. And it's going to be okay. Alright? He's sort of, okay. You do what's best for you. But if you need rest or help, I will. I will take your share. And if there's to be a child, it'll be the first child of Kelsingra. And we'll all take a hand.
I'm not really a baby
person. You can see that what he's really saying is he'll follow the child if he has to. Like, he'll raise the child if he has to. But he's not going to say it in front of everyone. No, Jamal, she has not been shacking up with Gref.
You are not the father.
That became very clear after that speech.
But on that bombshell, Elise will tell you she's pregnant too, and that's what... No, she won't really.
Everyone's pregnant.
Wow.
After Jared tells you she's pregnant, and obviously you knew she was pregnant, but you did, by the end... I mean, if you didn't know by this point in the session, then I don't know where you've been.
Maybe that's why everyone's awkward, because everyone's pregnant.
The hormones in the air.
But we will come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. And I will start where I ended, and that was with Josh.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of roleplay today, which was really nice. I really enjoyed Aria's performance. I hope we get to see more of that. I really enjoyed the tea that was spilt. I mean, yes, it was so rude, so mean, but like in the best kind of like reality TV show kind of way. That was just really really good. I mean, being passed around like cake. Wow.
Passing yourself round like cake, actually.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I didn't know what word was going to come out of my mouth when she was passing herself around. Like I was like, shit, what gets passed around? Cake. That's where my brain was at.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a piece.
Yes. And I did have a little bit of a.
I think the words Belen used actually, which I missed, was you were throwing yourself at anyone and everyone that will have you. Is the phrase that Belen uses in the book.
Rough.
The cake line was better.
Thanks, I thought so too.
And I did have a little bit of a giggle when Alora, after that happened, and Alora was like, "Well, I can't remember if it was secrets or rumors, but she was like, oh, rumors will be rumors." I was like, "Yeah, they will." Kind of, but they are, yeah. But yeah.
Jamal.
I just got to give a quick one here to, Emil got fucked up.
That was good. That was great. That was so out of left field as well. Like, I did not have Arya down for that kind of foul language. But I suppose she's more experienced and more adult than the others, right? And that sort of bled through in, like, she's not had the simplest of lives, but it did fucking come out of left field. Yeah. Anything else, Jamel? Or should I move on? I'm moving on.
One last thing. Saskatchewan the dragon.
Oh,
the dragon is now Saskatchewan.
Yeah, there was many names involved in that. Alora.
I have a couple lines from Michaela and Jay that were just really good today. When Jay was in the boat and he was looking through the owl's eyes and Twiggy was like asking him questions and he turns around and Twiggy's just like, "Oh no, they got Arya."
Yeah, I liked that one.
I had down the "everyone's a skeleton" line because that was fantastic.
Yes, I like that.
And of course, Twiggy laughs in real life.
Oh, I've got that on my list. Yeah, you know that. That was a great moment. I still don't quite know what you were meaning by that. By Twiggy laughs in real life. Like, what did you mean?
I meant she laughs in character. In real life for her, Twiggy is laughing.
So you literally just meant Twiggy laughs? Yeah? That's all you meant? Okay, great. Just checking. Oh, dear.
Wow.
Yes, exactly like that.
Twiggy laughs in Twiggy's life. Okay, great. Love that. Well, Michaela, your MVP.
Yeah. The, Patrick's Fire show was so cute. Everyone getting their own little scene was so cute. Our little public service announcement, consent is sexy out of nowhere from Patrick as well.
Yeah.
And I liked how so many people knew about Emil just getting destroyed in that fight. Like three or four different people came and asked if he was okay. So I was like, everyone has been talking about
Well, what happened, right, is you guys came back and everybody totted back with like half HP or more, and Emil had been like healed up to like 3. Like, it wasn't good, because all you did was give him a way of mercy flurry of blows, right? It was like 4 hit points.
Yeah, he was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Speaker of the fucked up Jay, your MVP.
Oh man. I mean, first, like, I'll use my frying pan as a trying pan. I love that meme.
It's so good.
But I absolutely love the Patrick's fire performance. I loved it.
I think you both did really, really well with your performances today. I think that's obviously D&D, we're always role-playing, but sometimes it's quite difficult when you're put on the spot, like, it's your moment, do you know what I mean? So I think you guys did really well. Thank you for bearing with me on the campfire moment. I was so worried it was going to be, like, super cheesy, like I dragged you off to brownies. Or scouts or whatever, you know, like, it felt like really awkward to run as a DM, and you guys totally, even if it was super cheesy, at least you went in for it with me, right, so I didn't feel like an idiot, so thank you for that. I did have a couple of silly lines before I get to some deeper MVPs. There was a moment where, obviously Jay was on the boat, and before Michaela said they got Arya too, Jay was like, I turn around, and speak behind me, and Michaela just went, I turn around too. Just out of nowhere, like, love that. When Jamal said, Emil says, and Alora's dog gave us the noises, that was pretty beautiful. And I also had tricky laughs in real life. But what I really, really enjoyed was the willingness to really go in for it with the roleplay. This campaign is so, like, I don't get embarrassed very easily in D&D, like, we're a bunch of nerds being silly. But especially with things like the Bellin speech, right? And even like Jerd's speech, it's a weird thing to do, like, as a DM, like, to go and have a go at someone who you guys can't see, with no character on the screen, like, just shout at somebody for being pregnant. And you guys have really made me feel like it's hitting the right notes, so I hope it is, but it really, yeah, it's such a joy to run this campaign, so you guys are wonderful.
To be fair, when it started, I was like, did I just zone out? What have I come back to?
But what I also thought was really cool is today was an episode about the people, not the dragons, apart from one little brief moment with Twiggy and Hops. You know, so I really enjoyed that. I think it was a really nice change. Yeah. But that's what we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
We shall see you soon.